Welcome back here to Casual Gamer Oz as we move forward into another race here on Career Mode F1 2017 Season 4 Race 3. We're at Bahrain. Let's get straight into this. One lap qualifying, of course, and our best qualifying ever here was 7th back in Season 1 of 2016, F1 2016. Sorry, I was just paying attention to something else here on the screen. So, obviously, we've had a decentish start here to the season. Our big major upgrade on the car is coming into force in Russia, barring any errors, which of course, knowing our luck, probably will happen, but we're not focused on that at the moment. We're going to be in the top 16 here to impress the team, something which I think we should be able to achieve, but again, famous last words. We are, at the moment, just on that bubble, very much so. I remember it was last year we were also on the bubble, and I think we missed out by 1 place, and then they were just so angry at us, and it's ridiculous that they lose faith in you so quickly because you're 1 place off where they wanted you to be. 1 place. Bit ridiculous. Anyway, whack the DRS on. 12th place at the moment. That's satisfactory for the time being, as we're still going to try and creep our way up a little bit further. Not good speed coming into this section here. Too much curve there probably for my liking. So we just sweep around this section up into this long straight. 14th at the moment. It's where we'd like to be. It's better than 16th. For those of you who aren't good at maths, just in case you were wondering. And we're going to come in there with a very clean lap. Very clean lap. Surely that's going to at least get us into above 16th. It does. 14th. Thank you, Jeffrey. It's our best qualifying here in Bahrain on F1 2017 at least. So we will take that. 14th. So Vettel with pole, Raikkonen. Good start for them. And where's our rival out qualified us in Hulkenberg. But we're leading that rivalry ever so slightly, so hopefully that won't be too much of a dampener. And we've out-qualified our team out. That's obviously the main thing too. So let's get race ready. And we're going to do that now. Best ever finish here in Bahrain of 7th, and that was back in Season 2 of F1 2016. Points here again last year, of course, 10th. Back-to-back 10th places it was last year, and that was half our points done and dusted at that point. But we're going to try our very best here to replicate that. Looking forward to this mode coming into Russia, and hopefully that's going to be a really big boost. How are we going there with the development points? Up to 80, that's not too bad. 374. Yeah, we're going to... Oh, we're drawing 6 apiece. Okay. And we're moving our way up there in the green again. I like it. That's good. We're pushing towards that number 1 driver mantra. Alrighty, we're back into the performing as expected category, so we shouldn't be getting any warnings. But we're going to maintain this level of consistency for the rest of this season if we want to try and move our way up the grid and out of this bloody Toro Rosso. Who drives 4 years for Toro Rosso? It's ridiculous. As Sainz is in only his 3rd year, I don't think anyone's driven more than 3 seasons in Toro Rosso off the top of my head. I generally get to about the 3rd season and that's it for them. Alright, here we go. 14th on the grid in Bahrain. We want to try our best here, as usually we do. And we're on the inside, that's good. Alright, let's do this. Rich Rev's ready to go. 4 lights, 5 lights. It is underway in Bahrain. Not the best of starts. Hulkenberg around Grosjean, just above us there. We're going to move now into the braking zone and not do what we did a couple of seasons ago. The door closes ever so slightly there. We avoid any damage to the front wing. That's a good start. We're all over the back of Ocon. Look out here. Perez is getting racy up there against Massa. Very racy against Massa. Oh, we've just clipped Perez. I think we've gotten away with that. No, he's going to come across us there. He's going to hold on to it. I've just had to slip it there. Oh, I've been clipped. Held onto it there. Oh, well done, Ben. Good work. Oh, that was close. All right. Minor damage to the front wing, but I don't think it's coloured enough on the map. Whoa, 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 whoa! And I just managed to get well out of shape there. Ocon goes there, and I'm going to get a penalty. Fair enough. That was a mistake that I made. I think I've actually taken his front wing off there. I'll own that. That was a fair call there, stewards. I just misjudged my braking point and drove straight into Massa. So, fair enough. 2-second penalty is mine for the taking, and we'll shake that off and just move forward as we chase Esteban Ocon here. And we've got an excellent start. So 16th is my target position. So we will obviously maintain that right now as long as we have no extra dramas. It's going to whack this open to rich mode here as we try and gain on Esteban on this straight. Ultimately to help pull away slightly from Massa, because we're not going to get a 2-second gap on him at the moment. Clearly you can see there on the timing sheet, not close enough there for Esteban to get there. But we should get a nice run of him up here. So I can just put it up to rich mode again to see if we can dive bomb him up the inside here. Oh, we could, but yeah, I just got a bit airy there with the braking point, and I'm not going to risk losing more of my front wing. We want to finish this Grand Prix, and points look slightly less likely with that penalty hovering over our head. Grosjean's moved ahead of Massa, it seems. So that's interesting there. As we can stay this close to Ocon, we should be okay for some DRS in the next lap. But sadly, 8th is going to not be ours. Obviously, if we can get ahead of Ocon, we realise that 7th won't be ours, but it would obviously be a bit beneficiary for us to maintain some gap. Well, we're 2.3 over Grosjean, so that will be enough to maintain 8th, but we obviously see our car generally tends to fall away in pace by the end of the race. There's a bit of a rhyme for you. So let's see if we can keep up here and keep ahead. 1.4, 2.2. Right, we're in an interesting little zone there, aren't we? Not close enough for DRS, but further away enough to maintain our 2-second penalty and hold on to 8th here. I'm not going to use any of the rich mode in this lap. Save it for the last lap, shall we? Don't think we're going to get Ocon, barring any misfortunes by the Frenchman. It's a bit of a strategic race here at the moment, isn't it, in terms of the time battles. 3.0, okay, we're pulled away now a little bit more from Massa. That's good. We have a second to play with. So that's what we wanted to see. Now we know this is a little tricky corner where I stuffed it up with Felipe. I'm just going to brake a little bit earlier. Don't think I'm going to get DRS. I won't get DRS. We're just hanging in there at the moment with Ocon. I think the decreased difficulty is making it a little bit easier to get closer with the cars. And with the engine upgrade in Russia, hopefully that will even this out a little bit more. So 8th place, down to 2.7, so we've lost 0.3. We're still over that 2-second threshold. The penalty at the moment is still going to keep us here in 8th place. That'll be 4 points. That will match our entire tally for our 3rd season here on F1 2017 in one race, and add that to the 1 point we got in China. 1.9 seconds behind, 2.3. Well, Massa takes a big chunk out of me there, though. We do have a bit of rich mode in reserve, which we will save, as I said, for the last lap. And, we get a bit of a slide there. We don't want to do that. I just like how we are hanging on to Ocon a little bit more than I assume we would. That's a bit of a positive. Obviously, it all comes down to our starts, really, that gets us up the grid, and our qualifying performances are increasing just a tad. Not too much. Uh-oh, we're under 2 seconds now here. This isn't good. 1.9. Back to Massa. We're getting a little bit ragged, and he's catching up slightly. All right, we're going to put this up to rich modes now. I'm going to risk this a little bit earlier because we want to try and hang on to 8th place in this Grand Prix. And I don't know if we're going to be able to do that, particularly if I break myself like that. Well, Massa's got a big gap, so 9th at least should be mine if I can't maintain 8th. So I feel as though Massa's gap to, I'm assuming it's still Grosjean, is increasing. So there's one slight positive that even if I lose this 8th place, I should still get 9th. We're down to 1.3 behind us now. That is not good. That is not good. I think we should have enough fuel in reserve to keep this up to rich mode for the rest of this race. See, we're going to monitor that as we come into this last corner here. Oh, we're losing a bit now. Surely we've got 2 seconds over 9th place, 10th place I should say. 1.1. We're not going to get this gap. We've had this gap all race and we're not going to get it. I'm going to put that back down to standard. It's a losing battle here, Ben. It's all about keeping 2 seconds now to the car behind Felipe. Looks as though 9th place will be ours, sadly, in this Grand Prix, which again is better than last season, better than our last race. It's still points, but not where we want to be. And we're getting close to Ocon ahead of us. Really hoping this engine update for Russia brings in a lot more power. And then we're going to work on the fuel consumption, obviously. Whoa, as I push myself, that is not good. That is not good. Whoa, hold on to the car, Ben. Massa is right there. Massa is right on your butthole. He's going to have a look at you on the outside. You're not going to make that, Felipe, but you are if I'm going to run myself off the circuit like that. That is not what we needed. Not what we needed at all. And now my 9th place is under scrutiny because I don't know if I'm going to have 2 seconds over the guy behind me. I put it into rich mode to try and get these revs up slightly. Terrible mistake by myself there. Not good at all. And I don't know where we're looking at here in terms of it. 2.0001 seconds. Oh, we're on the cusp there. We are just on the cusp. Vettel has crossed the line for the fastest lap. Vettel has crossed the line for the race win. Can we hold on to 9th place? What was looking like 8th halfway through this race. Now we're struggling to hold on to 9th. We might not even get 10th here, how close the cars is. We're going to cross the line and we are going to finish in 10th. Oh, well. They're happy. It's a point, but oh, that hurts. Always comes down to a penalty, but sadly for us, it's not going to be enough to get more points. So Vettel, Raikkonen, Hamilton, Bottas, Ricciardo, Verstappen. So our penalty there leads us down. Oh, goodness. That's hard to stand by. Well, I wanted to look at the replay first before we get into the standings. Just have a bit of a look here how this all played out. And I got around my teammate there into the first corner again. You can see me just braking early to avoid some issues there. As Perez cut right in front of me, very close to Esteban Ocon. And I get a good run on him coming up the hill. And you can see Perez all over the back there of Massa. We were talking about that before. Oh, and that's when I clipped into the side of Perez. And I'll get ahead of him. Very bangy wheels there. Now, I want to... Whoa! Sorry, Perez. That was a little bit rude of me, wasn't it? Didn't actually see him there. Didn't realise that happened. I'm just going to get into this section here where I get very, very... Oh, yeah. That was stupid on my behalf. Clearly my fault. Deserve that penalty. But anyway... So, standings-wise, Vettel leading, Raikkonen, Hamilton, Bottas, Ricciardo. We're still there in 11th place. Constructors, there you go. All right, so Russia, hopefully this engine update will stay on the car and it won't crash and burn, but we'll soon wait and see. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment here on Casual Gamer Oz, and we will be back for the Russian Grand Prix to see how we fare in that one. We'll speak to you then. Good night.